Welcome back to JB Sports. I'm your host, John Burton, and this is the first episode in a long time. It's been a while, guys, and I am so sorry. I said I was going to be back, and then I went to college, and then I got into a giant funk. But I've been doing the radio show. I've been live streaming games the last 2 days actually, and I'm finally feeling good again, and I finally feel like I can bring you guys good content. So I'm back, and I'm here to stay. It's raining outside. Let's talk about some football, maybe some NBA, but we will definitely start with football. So man, what a season it has been so far. Crazy season with a lot of things. Um, Injuries have been bad. Lamar's injured right now. Jaden Daniels was injured for a little while. Terry McLaurin's injured. There's a lot of injuries, and it's really sad to see. Prayers to everyone. Amari Hampton just got injured. Like a lot of people are injured. Malik Neighbors is out, so prayers to all of them. Hope they get better. Yeah, prayers to them. But we'll go over the first team. Of course, I want to go over is the Commanders. 3-2 now. You know, played the Giants. We played all right. Then we played the Packers. Not that good. That was a rough game. Then that's when Jaden Daniels got hurt because of a hip drop tackle that wasn't called. Go figures. And he's out. Marcus Mariota starts for us. Beats the Raiders. Loses to the Falcons, which honestly we should not have lost to them with just Marcus Mariota, which Daniels out. We should also have won. So it annoyed me a little bit, but we're good. But now we are to the game we just played. Sol Rukum doing crazy stuff on NXT, so I have NXT in the background because it's a big show. But Washington Commanders versus the Chargers. Commanders right here, second. You can't really see it, but they're second in the rankings for the NFC East. This was a big one because we now are one win above the Cowboys. They are 2-1. We are 3-2. This was a big game for us to win. Jaden Daniels finally back, playing healthy, playing great. If we go over his numbers, 15 for 26, not really the best, but 231 yards, 8.9 average, one touchdown, only one sack, and a QBR of 71.8 and 100 rating flat. You know, his completion to attempt might have not been the best, but I feel like this is the first game out of the three he's played where he finally looked like Jaden Daniels from last year. Like my QB's back, you know what I mean? And another person to highlight, Bill went insane this game, man. 14 carries, 111 yards, 7.9 average, two touchdowns, long for 27. He also had two receptions, 39 yards. So Bill just had a monster game, 150 scrimmage yards all purpose throughout the whole game, two touchdowns. He played great. And I'm so happy that Bill is really getting touches now, and he'll get even more. He will get even more, hopefully. And he's just coming into his own. And Bill might have been a seventh round pick for us, but if he did not have those eligibility issues, he would have been a second round pick, dude. This man is amazing. Right now, in my opinion, I don't want to be biased, but the best rookie running back. Just saying. But we should continue. Other players to talk about Debo, 8 receptions, 96 yards, one touchdown. Another man that pass from Jaden to him was beautiful. You can see my reaction to it on all my socials, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I posted it. I thought that was just gonna be a throwaway on fourth down, and then Jaden Daniels was like the most nonchalant touchdown pass ever. Just throws it up and right in the bucket. It was great. Debo, you know what? Debo really proven that he's not washed. He's not out of shape like all you're saying. He's showing he can still ball. And he's right now the wide receiver one and proven that if Terry is out for a while, Debo's proven that we can handle ourselves without Terry. Debo's gonna be that number one option we need, and he's proven it. So Really liking what Debo's doing. Luke McCaffrey, these last three games, a touchdown against the Raiders, his first ever important touchdown against the Falcons, and then he's been great on the returns. He's been doing great. And this game, a bomb from Jaden Daniels, which usually you see with Terry McLaurin, but airs it out. Literally, Luke has the guy swarming him. Beautiful ball by Jaden Daniels. Absolutely gorgeous. Right in the hands of Luke. Luke stretches for it. He pulls it in. It was beautiful. Um, we got Quan Martin forcing a fumble with the shoulder into Quentin Johnson. Looked amazing. Really, that really was the turning point of this game. Huge part of it. We were down 10-0, and then after that, we win, I think, 27 unanswered points, and we won. So Quan really helped us with that. Marshall Lattimore, of course, getting the fumble because if he didn't pick it up, Keenan Allen might have been able to steal it from Quan. So great job by Marshawn. And just Bobby Wagner, 14 total tackles, 8 solo. This man, one QB hit. And then another man we need to talk about, Dorrance Armstrong, dude. 2 sacks. He has 5 sacks in the first 5 games, on track for 17. Like, I know we were really worried about the pass rush, but if we look at the other guy we wanted to get back, Dante Fowler, he only has 1 sack. Armstrong has 5. So, we little annoyed when we lost Dante Fowler, but Armstrong seems to get more sacks and less flags. So I'm liking what Dorrance is doing, especially that he's not hurt. Because last year he was doing well and then he got hurt and it just completely slowed his momentum. So I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Von Miller also getting some sacks. Johnny Newton getting a sack and tipping the ball for an interception that went to Mikey Sanders. Still, like, we were on fire on defense after the first half, for first quarter, really. Of course, we were terrible there, but dude, really liking what we're doing. It's just awesome. Jeremy Reeves finally playing 7 tackles total. Kinda, kind of missed some tackles, so he kind of just wants to hit people, and he misses it sometimes. But he did have a pass batted down in the end zone. I think it was on Keenan Allen. Mikey tightened it up a little bit, still not perfect. Vaughn had actually 1.5 sacks. Jacob Martin had a half sack, and it was a great day, honestly. I'm trying to see if anyone else kind of pop. Jordan McGee having a good day on special teams and making an impact finally. Yeah. Other than that, Quan Martin is playing great, and I'm really liking the team. Trey Amos doing pretty good throughout his first 5 games of his career, and I'm just seeing if there's anyone. Um, Not right now. Other than that, Luke, 3 returns and kick returns, 92 yards, 40 long. They didn't kick it to Debo. If Debo was there, they both would have had a crazy return. But after Debo had those first few good returns, he has not had the ball kicked back to him because they just know the danger. But now you're worried about kicking it to Luke McCaffrey because Luke McCaffrey's returning it. So may I say the Commanders might have one of the best special teams in the league? I'm just saying, Matt Gay's finally kicking straight, like it when he kicks straight. And Tressway's always been a good punter. He's been one of the best punters in the league for years, and he's on our team. You know, and then just the kick returns have been great. And you also have Jalen Lane who had a kick return touchdown week 3, and now he still has some good returns. So our team's looking good, 27-10. Over on the Chargers side, they did have some injuries and they had some stupid ball. They played some bad football. But Justin Herbert, 22 for 29, 166 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 4 sacks. They put Trey Lance in there. That's how bad we were beating them. They're like, you know what? Last minute, we're not even going to try to score. Which Justin Herbert, we're just going to let Trey Lance go in and do the dirty work. Justin Herbert had the most rushing yards on their team, 4 carries, 60 yards. O'Mara Hampton, 12, but only 44 because our defensive line has been great on run stop. Like, guys, we're really at this point where we can trust our defensive line. Um, you know, it's great. Pass wise, Keenan Allen, 5 receptions, 58 yards. Quentin Johnson, 4 receptions, 40. Lad McConkey, 5 receptions, 39 yards, and a touchdown. But other than those guys, no one else really had too much. Conklin, maybe. Um, fumble Quentin Johnson. Tart also recovered a fumble. That's when, unfortunately, Bill did fumble the ball once. It was kind of a rough play from the start, so I don't really blame him too much. And then just some people here and there. Benjamin St. Juice having some flags. That was great. Two total tackles, two solos. So, and then they had some okay returns, but nothing too crazy. I really like what this team's been able to do. Especially Jaden's first game back for him to be that good is really, really good. Especially his knee not being a problem. So I like this team, especially heading into the next game, which will be against the Bears, which I'll probably talk about more on Friday. But great game. Other teams I kind of want to talk about. Ravens, boy, tied for the bottom of the division with the Browns. Oh no, not tied because they beat the Browns, so they'd have the tiebreaker. But just below them. It's awful, man. They just lost 44-10 to the Texans, who just got their second win of the season. They're 2-3. Like, dude, the Ravens defense has been horrible when their defense should be one of the best in the league. And then their offense, Derrick Henry's fumbling the ball almost every game. They can't play in the clutch. Lamar's hurt. Cooper Rush is throwing, what is it? I think it was three interceptions, getting sacked for 16 yards. Like, what is going on here, Ravens? You're supposed, me and Jonah, host of Riding the Ship, literally had you guys winning the bowl. We had you winning the Super Bowl. And you're doing this? Like, come on, guys. This is bad. This is bad. So, 1-4, potentially 1-5, because I think their next game is against the Rams. And even though the Rams have lost some bad games, you still don't trust them. So you got the Rams who are probably going to win. So you're probably going to fall to 1-5. At that point, do you just say the season's over? Because, oh, not liking the chances here. They do have a little bit of an easier schedule the next few games after that, going against the Bears, Dolphins. Vikings might be a hard one, depending on who plays. Browns, Jets, Bengals. Yeah, you got a little bit of easier schedule to end it. You've had a lot of the hard games in the beginning, but we'll see if you can perform at the end. So, other games than that were big. Dylan Gabriel finally started for his first game. Didn't do too bad. Not gonna say he did great, but he didn't do too bad. He was 19 for 33, 190 yards, two touchdowns, zero interceptions, which was the big thing, I think. So you got that to be happy about. Eagles get their first loss to the Broncos. Broncos go to, I don't know, was it at Philly? I think it might have been at Philly. And yeah, it was at Philly. And they go in there and walk in your trap, take over your trap. To be fair, the end was so controversial. Like, I'm almost certain that the Broncos should have lost. Like, not only was there not a flag, there was a flag that wasn't called, that should have been called. It was PI. It was an insane PI. But also, if you look at the end of it, there's a Hail Mary attempt by Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, great pass to get it down there. Jalen Hurts throws it down. He's running after his own pass. Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, who have been calling for the ball all season, finally get their chance. They're right next to each other. They both jump. Devontae Smith gets up, has his hands on the ball. They're in it. They're in his hands. A.J. Brown's like, oh, I also need to try to catch it. Wraps him around, hits him, knocks the ball out of Devontae Smith's hand, and the ball hits the ground, and the Eagles lose. Should there be a PI call? 100%. Does that mean the Eagles won the game? No. But they would have had a way better chance. So, controversial win for the Broncos. Yes, it is, but it's going to go on the score. It's going to go on the record. And now the Eagles have lost a game. Best case scenario, though, if they're going to lose early, just because, you know, they're losing to a AFC team. So in like record wise for in division and in conference, it hurts them less. So that's the best case scenario for them to lose too. All right. Next, we're gonna go to Buccaneers Seahawks. This what a game to watch. This game was fun. I didn't get to watch it, but I watched some highlights. It would look like a really fun game. Just listen to these QB stats though. Baker Mayfield 29 for 33, 379 yards, 11.5 average in a two touchdown game, one sack. And then if you go over to the Seahawks side, Sam Darnold 28 for 34, 341 yards, four touchdowns, and then the interception that cost him the game. I will say this. Out of the two games that the Seahawks have lost to a turnover, the first one I'm not gonna blame Sam Darnold because his offensive lineman got literally pushed into his arm. This one, the ball got tipped a little bit, but I don't think it affected it too much. So this one, I'd probably blame on him a little more. But what a game! 28 for 34, 341 yards, like four touchdowns. This man's proven that he can play ball, and the story he had last year isn't the end of his story. He's got so much more to give to the league, and I think he's gonna have a great season. But if we're going to talk about a guy that came back and proved that he can play, we're going to go to the Indianapolis Colts with Indiana Jones, aka Danny Dine, aka Daniel Jones. What a season this guy is having after being on the Giants with no line, finally gets an O line, and this man starts balling. We were joking, oh, what if over the summer Daniel Jones comes in and takes the starting spot from Anthony Richardson? We thought, oh, it'd be funny, and then Daniel Jones, we don't know how good he'd be. Dude, he's been playing great. This game, 18 for 29, 237 yards. Oh, sorry, that's wrong. I don't know how I got to Dallas. There we go. Colts. Daniel Jones. Let's get to him. Daniel Jones. 20 for 29, 212 yards, two touchdowns, which strong game by him. But if you look at the overall stats, 1,290 yards, third overall, six touchdowns, only two interceptions, a QBR of 79.7. The stats don't really show how good he's been because if you also look at his rushing, let me find it. Rushing, 19 carries, 56 yards, three touchdowns out on that. Like this dude is playing great. We love this. We love the ball this man has been playing. And honestly, like I love this resurgence for Daniel Jones. I'm so happy this man has found a team that can actually help him play well and they just play, man. That's what they do. Indianapolis Colts come into this game and they completely destroy the Raiders 40-6. And if we go to the other side, Geno Smith, 25 for 36, 0 touchdowns, two interceptions, got sacked four times. His stats on the season 1,176 yards, six touchdowns, and nine interceptions. This man has more interceptions than touchdowns and multiple. Like, it's bad. It's bad. And this man was supposed to be this guy that's gonna come in here and compete, but you thought it would be maybe like more Seahawks Geno, like when in his better years than his last year. And then he comes in and it's just been rough, dude. If we look at like his stats throughout the game, I don't know if I can find that yet. I don't know if I can. But the Chargers game, I know he played really bad there. If you look at the box score and you go to Raiders, three interceptions there. So a three interception game against the Chargers, and he's just played rough. It is not looking like a good season for Geno Smith. I just think this man has to, I don't know. They might have to trade for another guy or just give another guy a game or two because I know they like Geno. I know that is supposed to be their guy, but they traded for Kenny Pickett. Not saying he can play better, probably play around the same, but maybe Kenny Pickett can play a little better. I don't know. They got Ashton Genty. I will say though, it is kind of bad that you don't have Brock Bowers, who last year was literally the best tight end in football as a rookie. So you don't have the best tight end in football, so that can hurt you a little bit. So that's where I'm able to give him a little bit of leeway, just because he doesn't have his best player, but still no excuse for having 9 receptions. Because a lot of those interceptions have been on him because they were just bad. So Daniel Jones having a resurgence, and Geno Smith game's just going down. Just going down. It's looking rough. Other games around the league. I mean, let's see. We already talked about Vikings, Browns, Texans, Ravens, Giants, Saints. Don't know how the Saints won this game. I mean, if there was a game for the Saints to win, it was this one. But like after how Dart played in his first game, it wasn't great. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't bad. It was enough to get them the win. I thought it was going to be good. I thought they were going to be fine. But man, the Giants had a bad game. 3 fumbles, one by I think Wandale Robinson, one by Cam Scatterboo, one by Dart, and Dart he had in the thing that just slipped out. I don't know how he dropped that one. And then 2 interceptions by Dart. Really rough. It was bad. It was just like leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Um, and the Saints just played good football. And I'm gonna be honest, Spencer Rattler, I'm not gonna say it's a great season, but he hasn't been playing bad. 21 for 31, 225 yards, 1 touchdown. That 1 touchdown was an absolute gem of a play by Rashid Shaheed, getting open, getting the pass, and just going straight for a touchdown. 4 receptions, 114 yards by him. Great play to get them. I think that got him in the lead or tie. I don't fully remember, but great play by them. Saints capitalize on the turnovers and win this game to get the first win of the season. Cowboys dominate the Jets. Not much to say there. Dak Prescott 4 touchdowns. Um, Dolphins, Panthers, Dolphins literally up 17-0 at one point, and they choked this game away. And a lot of that has to do with Rico Dowdle, dude. This man had an insane game. Listen to the stat line: 23 carries, 206 yards, and 1 touchdown. Bryce Young, 19 catches, 30 attempts, 198 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 3 sacks, 1 fumble. That was horrible. Um, Teteroa McMillan, 6 receptions, 73 yards. This dude is proving that he is the guy they claimed him to be. He's just been great throughout the whole season. Great comeback win for the Panthers. I do think they might be able to beat the Cowboys this week, maybe in a sneaky one. Titans Cardinals. I don't even know if I want to talk about the Cardinals right now. They should be so much better than they are, but they decided to play stupid football. Probably took the crown of stupid football this week because, dude, not only do they fumble the ball right before they get a touchdown on a pick six, right? Or fumble recovery, something like that. And then Cam Ward throws a pick. He fumbles it. The I forgot who it was, but the DB fumbles it and then juggles it. They all try to get it. They keep going for it. Brings it. They push it all the way back to the end zone, and then I think it was Tyler Lockett picks up for a touchdown. Are we for real right now? You're gonna play football like that? That's embarrassing. That's an embarrassing loss. If I'm a Cardinals fan, I'm embarrassed because that was ugly. Lions, Bengals. I mean, at one point, Jamar Chase was the leading tackler in the game. He had 3 tackles, all from interceptions from Jake Browning. 37-24, like I said. I don't know how the Bengals even were that close, I guess. The score doesn't indicate how bad this game was for the Bengals. And then Patriots, Bills. Let me talk about Drake May, dude. Drake May was balling. He did great. 22 for 30, 203 yards, no touchdowns, but what a game. Definitely a Fumble-Rooski Bowl, though. That's why I like to call it the Fumble-Rooski Bowl, because there was so many fumbles in the first half. Stephon Diggs, 10 receptions, 146 yards. Great game by him. 2 running touchdowns by Ramondre Stevenson, but he did have a fumble, so people are still calling for him to get cut. I don't really. He's got a fumble problem, but if he's getting 2 touchdowns winning the game, I think it's okay to keep him. And then Jaguars versus Chiefs on Trevor Lawrence's birthday. They go and beat the reigning AFC champs, the Chiefs, 31-28. Back there, it was not a back and forth game at first. I think the Chiefs started off, I don't know if it was yeah, I think it was two touchdowns. They were up 14-0. And then the Jaguars just locked in. They got a touchdown by Trevor Lawrence to Washington. Then Trevor Lawrence ran one in. I think the Chiefs might have scored there or something. They got a pick six on Patrick Mahomes. And then to win the game, this man, Trevor Lawrence, fourth down, I'm pretty sure it's fourth down, gets the ball, slips twice, slips when he's getting up, slips again, somehow gets up. This madman breaks the tackle and still gets a touchdown to win the game. I mean, the Chiefs did have the ball, but he got the game-winning touchdown. Insane play. Probably one of my favorite plays of all time outside of Commanders plays, just because it was just awesome. It was just great, and I love that play. It was so cartoonish. It was awesome. I loved it. Great game for Trevor Lawrence. I mean, that interception shouldn't have been an interception. There was a flag that did not get called. It was bad. But they still get the win nonetheless. And Kansas City starts off 2-3, and Jacksonville starts out 4-1, which I did not think. Honestly, I thought Jacksonville was gonna be bad, but they're playing well. Um, yeah. So great game by them. Huge win, statement win for them, and that'll conclude week 49ers Rams. Sorry, I will get to that real quick. Matthew Stafford having a great season. Some of the teams letting him down. Um, Mac Jones also in that same category with Daniel Jones. The Jones Bros. 33 for 49, 342 yards, two touchdowns. This dude, he's been playing amazing. And not gonna lie, you might say that he's playing better than Brock Purdy was with less people, with more injured people. And it's not a farce to say that, you're gonna have a quarterback that you're paying that much. Of course, you gotta start him, but Mac Jones could start and potentially do better than Brock Purdy. I'm just saying it. I hate to say it, but I think Brock Purdy's just a system quarterback. That is my personal opinion. Mac Jones also a system quarterback, but this system quarterback, Mac Jones, is playing better than the system quarterback Brock Purdy. The stats back it up. The wins back it up. It's just true. Sorry, it's just true. So Mac Jones playing probably some of the best football of his life. Great for him. So happy for him. Matthew Stafford, 30 for 47, 389 yards, three touchdowns, spreading the ball out like crazy. They still end up losing, which sucks for them, but they can lock in and still win this division. Only one game behind the 49ers now, but the 49ers do have the tiebreaker right now, so they are in the first spot of the West. But we'll see how long that stays. Now we're done with this week. Um, Games to watch next week. I mean, Rams Ravens, that'll be a good one. Seahawks Jags after this last Jags game, that should be good. 49ers Bucks, that'll be good. Lions Chiefs, Bills Falcons, I think could be a good game. But I think the game that I'm personally waiting for the much. I mean, of course it's my team, but Commanders Bears. Last year, we all know what happened. Jane Daniels with the Hail Mary throw to Noah Brown, who might be coming back this week. So will Terry, most likely. Getting the win, amazing play by them. It was awesome, and I still like thinking about it today. It's one of the best plays I've ever seen in my life. We're playing the Bears again, and Monday Night Football, which I will be streaming on a streaming site called Assist. I'll put the link to my Assist profile in the link tree. Also, I'll have some posts about it. Well, I'll have a story about it before I go live on my Instagram. So follow JBSports on Instagram if you haven't yet. But yeah, gonna stream it. But great game for the Monday night slate to have, especially because it's becoming a mini rivalry. I mean, I think we've gone probably like back and forth with wins. That one game with Justin Fields, he looked great that game. We were horrible. That was our 4-1 season. Should have had 5 wins because we should have beat the Bears, but we played horrible. It was tragic. Um, but yeah, that'll be some games to watch. Other NFL news: Joe Flacco gets traded to the Bengals for a fifth-round pick, which is awesome for Joe Flacco to get another chance to start this year. He's going to be able to potentially beat the Packers 2 times in I think 4 weeks, something like that. So that would be crazy. Joe Flacco goes to 2 different teams and beats the Packers both times. That would be hilarious. I think week 7 they play the Steelers, so we're going to see the battle of the unks, battle of the grandpas between Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco. See which 40-year-old is better. Think Aaron Rodgers might be a little better in this part of his career, but you never know. Joe Flacco might go crazy. If he played for the Steelers, he'd complete the quadruple team in the division, but I don't think he'll play. I think he's so loyal to the Ravens so that he would never play for them, unless it was probably like a bag. But that'll be a great game to watch. That'll be on Thursday Night Football. That week also Commanders, Cowboys, Rams, Jaguars in London. There's some big games that week. Colts, Chargers will be a great game. Falcons, 49ers. Buccaneers, Lions, that'll be a great game. Texans, Seahawks. So great games coming up in the next few weeks. But back to the news. I mean, Dylan Gabriel, number one. He's the starter still after having a good game. We already talked about Joe Flacco. Lamar being hurt. I know this kind of like, it's kind of a weird spot. I don't know. I just feel like the Ravens defense is just awful. It's been horrendous. So the Ravens are going to have a insane hole to climb if they want to get back to even contention for playoffs. But what I did want to get into was the playoff picture for the NFL. Just to say, like, I know it's way too early, but it looks insane. So now looking at it, if we were to go to the playoffs today, if we were supposed to stop, if we were right now stopping it, you would have for the AFC, Patriots 7th seed, Broncos 6th seed, Jaguars 5th seed, Chargers 4th seed, Steelers 3rd seed, the Bills 2nd seed, and the Indianapolis Colts and Indiana Jones in the 1st seed, which is awesome to see. Really hope they could keep it up. That would be actually amazing if they could have the Sam Darnold kind of story with Daniel Jones. I think that'd be awesome. But I don't think they will, but it would be great if they could. And then on the NFC, the Vikings in the 7th seed, Seahawks in the 6th seed, Packers in the 5th, Lions in the 4th, Bucks in the 3rd, San Francisco 49ers in the 2nd, and the Philadelphia Eagles in the 1st seed, which you're not surprised about, but their offense has been horrible. Hopefully, for their team's sake, for their fans' sake, hopefully they can get the offense going because AJ Brown has been having a horrible year. Even like he's had one good game, but the rest of it has been horrible. So AJ Brown having a horrible start is not what you want to see. And Saquon literally has worse stats than Jacory Croskey-Merritt rushing wise. Like it's I mean, Bill is just really good, so I don't want to take away from Bill. But like, you're not getting the ball to Saquon. Might be the Madden curse in play. I don't want to get superstitious and all, but might be the Madden curse. I don't think it is, but it could very well be. But yeah, those are the playoff picture. Crazy to see. Like, if Jane Daniels wasn't hurt, the Commanders would definitely be in that picture. I think personally, because we would have beat the Falcons. Because let's be honest, if Jane Daniels was healthy and he was in there, and Terry McLaurin is healthy, they're not winning that game. They're not beating us. Other than this year, we beat the Falcons, I think the last 3, 4 years before that. So, yeah, we pretty much own the Falcons. This year we did lose, but other than that, we pretty much own them. So we're good. Um, so other than that, I mean, just waiting to see how the Commanders heal up. Terry's out. Sam Cosmi's coming back soon. He's in his 21-day practice window. You have Noah Brown, who should be coming back. John Bates, I think, came back last game, had some good blocks. But just some key injuries. Will Harris will be out for a little while, which sucks because Will Harris was playing amazing. I mean, you got some other key injuries. What's his name? He's the D end. I can't remember his name right now, but it was a sucky loss. But Commanders still find a way to get it done. Other news in the NFL sports wise, NBA is having some preseason games. Rockets, they won against the Hawks. Really excited to see how Kevin Durant will do this year because we're not favorites. I don't think we're number one favorites. We shouldn't be, at least. It should definitely be the returning champs, the Thunder. But I think if we were like third or fourth in the West for odds to make it to the NBA Finals, that's fine with me. We have such a great team around us now. Josh Okogie, Dorian Finney-Smith. You have Kevin Durant, Amon Thompson, Alfred Sengun, Torrey Eason, Jabari Smith Jr. Even more than that, like we have a great team around us. So if we don't make it past the first round this year, if we don't make it honestly to the second round or conference finals, I'm gonna be very upset because we have such a great team around us that should be so highly regarded. So we should make it far in the playoffs and not lose to the Warriors again in round one. So, MLB, they're in their playoffs right now. Um, Phillies down two. That's what I don't watch baseball too much, so I'm not gonna say too much, but I will go over the playoff bracket. There are scores going on right now. Mariners are up against the Tigers 5-2. Blue Jays up on the Yankees 6-1. This is a game where the Yankees could lose and be out of the playoffs after making it to the World Series last year, which if you watched Riding the Ship with Jonah, he said this is probably going to be a year where they lose but make it to the World Series next year and win it. So we'll see if he's right about that. But yeah, Tigers and the Mariners are tied 1-1. They're playing right now. Mariners are in the lead by 4 runs. Yankee, and that's in the mid of the seventh. Yankees, Blue Jays up 6-1 already, and it's only the mid of the third. The Dodgers and Phillies play tomorrow, I believe. Yeah. And then the Cubs and Brewers also play tomorrow. But Milwaukee Brewers leading the series, so this might become an interesting end to the end of the playoffs. I'm really hoping that I don't know why. I'd like to see the Cubs go far, but they're not going to. I think they're gonna lose tomorrow. Honestly, any team but the Yankees, Phillies, or Dodgers, I'm good with. Honestly, I don't know why. I just don't like those teams too much. I just, even though I don't watch too much, I just know they're not the favorite. Phillies, because I'm a Commanders fan, so the against Philly teams grow to more than just football. So that's why I want the Phillies out. Dodgers, this the team's just like not. I guess they're kind of fun to watch, but no one really likes them because of money stuff. And the Yankees, I mean, enough said, it's New York Yankees. Like a lot of people dislike them, but Blue Jays seem like they could maybe go to the World Series and win it. But I think it'll be an interesting end to it. I'll have to try to watch it more, but that is it. NHL, they started today. Also, don't know too much about hockey. The only other sport I really watch other than the NBA and the NFL a lot is the PL, Professional Lacrosse League, the PLL, and they already finished. The Atlas won. Shout out to Austin Hardesty, my friend, who um is a fan of them, and they won for him. So other than that, nothing too much to go on. I will be back for Wrestling Wednesday tomorrow, so be tuned for that because I will talk about the NXT versus TNA show that's happening right now. Mustafa Ali's pinning one, two, almost wins, but he doesn't. But thank you guys so much for tuning back into the show. Sorry I've been gone for so long. I was in a funk, but I am back now. I'm streaming the games like live commentary. You can see my reactions. The next two games I'll probably do one Sunday. I'm still deciding which one to do, and then I'll do the Commanders versus Bears. That's a huge one. Trying to get a guest on before the Commanders Bears. That's pretty big. So you don't know if I have him on or not, but it'll be a great episode if he does come on. So, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you all. Have a wonderful night and wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.